Today I'm in Blanford Forum in Dorset looking at this 1970s house, detached, a little bit dated, needs some modernisation, and I come up with some good ideas to open up the space, create a really nice open living, kitchen, dining space, a separate lounge and provide a utility room. Upstairs, the third bedroom is really small, so I've suggested a way that this could be improved as well and create a really nice master bedroom. Join me in the video to see how I did it. So this house is fairly typical of houses you find almost anywhere, 1970s probably. Detached house with a integral garage, sort of not that attractive at the front, which I think could be improved. But I think the things I'm going to look at are on the ground floor of the house. You've got this long dining room, separate kitchen, so a lot of separate rooms, a bedroom 3 that's smaller than the entrance lobby, and a conservatory. When you go through the house, it's pretty dated throughout. I'm sure it's a nice home for someone, but if you were to buy it and modernise it, I think you'd want to take out all of the ceilings and get rid of the Artex. Probably the fireplaces have seen its day, and the conservatory at the back also. And then you have this sort of separate dining room that, in my experience, people don't really want or use much anymore. The kitchen's obviously looking kind of dated. I think it's so retro, it's not even trendy. Tiles are kind of cool. Buddha there, nicely presented. He's going to have to move somewhere else. This is the entrance halls. You've got these sort of borrowed light windows. So generally it's a sort of dated house, but they're solid houses, got a good kind of garden out the back here. And I think you could certainly do something with it. You'll find that many of them, like next door's been extended here. So they've all been adapted over time. So we're going to have a look at fixing some of these issues and generating a more modern house that ticks all the boxes in terms of utility room, which this house doesn't have. Downstairs toilet, which it kind of has in a porch here, and a separate living room as well as an open plan living dining space. So some of the issues with this house that I'd like to try and fix in this video are the fact that it's quite a nice proportioned house. I mean, this lounge is nearly 9 meters long, so 28 feet long, and has a conservatory, but has a third bedroom that's sort of less than 8 foot square, less than 2.4, whereas 8 foot by a bit less than 8 foot, so 7'10", 2.38 meters, which seems disproportionate for the size of the house. Indeed, the entrance lobby is bigger than the third bedroom by the looks of things. You've obviously got quite a useful space here where the garage has been converted into a study. So my first thought is, can you move the stair to get the stair down? Because the other issue, I think, is the kitchen's like a separate room, which I generally find that people aren't that interested in these times. So I wonder if we couldn't just keep a separate living room at the front. So if we went 4 meters and put a wall across there, now you could make that a sort of glazed screen with doors in it if you wanted a sort of connection, but for the purposes of what we're doing here, it's got some sort of window in there, which probably something not terribly stylish, but the door in the back of the corner of the room works quite well rather than coming in the middle. Generally in a room, if the room's a bit wider, it works, but with this, actually you want the kind of sort of a door in the back there, and then you can have a couple of sofas. Sofa's kind of almost 1 meter by just over 2 for a decent size sofa. So, and you got another one over here. So you can see they're not huge rooms, so you get a couple of sofas in there. You could have a TV on that wall if you wanted one in that room, and have a table between. So that room sort of sorts itself out really. You have a sort of something underneath the TV, but at least then you've got a separate living room where you can go and do something different to everyone else. And you could put a stove in there, I suppose, in the corner maybe here. So we're going to keep that thing there because I think that works quite well, having that sort of thing. But what this house doesn't have is a utility room, and it has that conservatory on the back, which I never think is that great. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting the kitchen in this corner. Now, as ever with these sort of videos, assumes that you can move the drainage there. I found generally where there's a will, there's a way. I'd have a kind of kitchen in the back there, and perhaps we'd have a sort of central island. So if that's sort of 3.5 meters, we're going to end up with a. Let's move that. So we go for a. Sort of interesting to plot out what space you've got. You've got sort of 1.6, and then we go another point there. So you could have sort of an island like that. Now a peninsula, I think perhaps could work better here, which is something that's sort of docked on one side. A peninsula is really just an island that's attached and has many of the benefits of an island, but doesn't have that bit of space over there that's wasted. So you could say, I would then think about, you could just leave the stair where it is, which is sort of the simplest solution. So we'll leave the stair where it is. If you move this door down, actually you could slide the stair down, because upstairs, if you move the stair down this way, that might help free up some space at the top here. I'll look at that briefly when I get there. And the issue with the stair in here is it sort of divides the room a little bit. But I think what I would do then is I would then divide this room again, and I will put my study in there. So I'll have to get my Tipex out, and I'd make this the utility room with a door to the outside, and then I'd use that space for the bins at the front to keep those sort of tidy out of the way. But I think that garden would enough space for a sort of a garden store type room. We could then keep this sort of porch down the side, but I wonder whether we could get in there. What does that leave? That leaves, yeah, I think there's just about enough room. So I'd put the toilet there, off of the utility room, put the loo there. You could give it a little window. I put the basin there, and then we get a nice space here for living or dining. So we can, I'm not sure what actually, if the view was anything to look at there, you could leave doors there, but I think we'll just sort of keep a window there. But you could have a picture window with some translucent glass in it if the view's not great. Sort of projecting window with a window seat, and then you could have a dining table sort of here. That's a massive dining table I've drawn. Yeah, that's for a banquet, but sort of you can have some sort of seating. So the window seat could sort of become, with a bay perhaps, could become part of the dining table. So then when you come in the front door, we're going to see across the back here, and I think what I would then do is add an extension on here. I'd get rid of this conservatory, and I'd come out the permitted development 3 meters here, and I would go along to there and create a nice sort of living room on the garden here. There's a bit of structure in there. So you've got a nice window. So when you come in the front door, you're going to get a view sort of through the hallway, the view here, and then a view into this room. And then this room can become, you can have a sofa here, sort of armchair looking at the garden. Gives a good bit of space in the middle for space, and then that gives you quite a nice open plan layout. I'd probably just get rid of those inner doors, make that the study, make the front door here, put a nice porch on, either covered or not, depending on sort of budget, what one wanted to do. You could then have a door that would fold there, and then you get a dining space here, a living space, a sofa here, and a kitchen here. You could have the stovetop there and the sink on the island, or vice versa. And you've got a utility room here. So we've ticked the boxes of a downstairs loo, utility room. We've got a study. We've got somewhere for the bins. We've got a separate lounge, dining room in its own sort of area over here, and you could flip those two, I suppose, but it feels like you'd want to sort of sit by the garden. There's plenty of space there for more chairs. You might want to put the TV on that wall, which would be, you'd probably put the sofa in a slightly different location, but that works quite well. And then upstairs I would just try and extend over the top of what we've got. So we're going to come out the 3 meters, and we've come across 5.5 there, like so. And then I think when you've got massive sort of landing space here, but that would mean that we could get another sort of bedroom in there. I mean, you could actually just make a nice big bedroom across the back. I know it would feel sensible to try and add another bedroom, and I'm sure you could, but for the purposes of what I'm doing here, I think this would be quite a nice layout. So you keep the family bathroom, which is about, it says shower room on the plan, but I think it's a decent size. Then you end up with 3 really good sized bedrooms and a downstairs that is really working quite well. Cupboard that way, stairs up to there. That gives you a nice shower room there, basin, toilet, maybe a window on the side, and then this becomes a nice big bedroom where you could have the bed there, and we can move the door to there. Tipex on there. Bathroom there, bedroom there, bedroom there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. Bathroom can kind of stay as it is. Now, if you wanted to get 4 bedrooms, I think you could keep that as a room. And indeed, that space is sort of 5 by 3, so 15 square meters plus a little bit here, and narrowing down the landing, because the landing's quite generous. It only needs to be there. You could come to there, and you could easily get a 4th bedroom. But I think you end up sort of having more of the same. Really, you end up with four bedrooms that are not optimum.